Good morning, students. Welcome back to your English grammar class. And as we are discussing about the first chapter, that is tense. So now almost we have completed the whole part of this chapter, but not the last. So that's why we are going to start the next part of this chapter. And as we are discussing about the past tense, that's why we have completed first part. Now the second part is the second kind of the tense, which belongs to past tense. So that's why it is a past continuous tense. As you know that by the present tense, this tense is also known as another name, that is past progressive tense. Okay, students, so let's start with this tense of today's class. As we know that the first topic of this tense, that is identification. Okay, firstly we have to identify the tense as given here: was or were as per the subject along with the main verb with ing form. That is the identification of this tense. And if we talk about the Hindi, then the sentence is terminates with raha tha, rahi thi, rahe the, adi. Okay, now the example is here: they were watching this movie. And the another example is here: मैं घर जा रहा था. Okay, so here you can see that in the example रहा था is the terminated word of Hindi sentence, and were watching is the identification indication of this tense about the continuous. Okay, now let's start with the formation of sentence. This is the next topic, and in this topic we have to start the first part, that is affirmative sentence. This is the structure of sentence here as given below: subject plus was or verb. Okay, here is this is helping verb, after that main verb along with the ing form with first form, object and other words. Okay, these are the examples here. I was paying wages to him. Okay, so here was paying is the identification, and the next example is similar to that: they were disturbing him. So here were disturbing is the identification. Now we have to move on the next part. I hope you are understanding this structure. Now on the next part, use of was or were. Okay, because this is a helping verb where we use have to was, where have to be used was. So here the rule is given. Firstly, if we talk about was, so was is used with the subject when the subject is I, he, she, it, and singular noun, then you have to use was. For example, he was exploiting the poor farmers. So here he, as per the rule, so that's why was is used. And the second one is my father was supporting the needy people. In the same manner, here is also my father is singular noun, that's why was is used. Now the next part is were, where we have to use verb. So it is used with the subject. When the subject is we, you, they, and plural noun, then we have to use were. For example, you were composing a patriotic song. So here you can see that were is used along with you. But here is a note, students. Try to understand it. Okay, I am trying to uh, convince to you, or I am trying to clear to the use of this exception of were. But when a sentence contain, okay, when a sentence contain if conditional clause, if means agar or yadi, then were is used with I. In this condition, you have to use I, okay, with were. You can see example: if I were your well-wisher, I didn't play any evil deed. Okay, so you can here see that if I is here, but it is not. Okay, was. Now the next example: if I were the president, I had applied this law in the whole country. Okay, so here you can see also the example: if I were the president, I had applied this law in the whole country. So student, listen carefully here. Here I am teaching you the rule of was or I. Okay, where you have to use was and where have to use were, but don't pay attention toward the sentence structure about the past continuous tense. Okay, now the next part, the next kind of the sentence is negative sentence. You know very well it is for the negation, so that's why you have to use not along with the was or were. So that's where the subject is subject plus was or were, next not main verb with ing form, and the other things are remain same. Now the example is here. You can see example here, this man was not calling me. Okay, so here this man was at along with the, as per the subject is singular, next we were not operating this machine. Okay, the same manner here is what is used. Now so let's the next part, that is interrogative sentence. Okay, as you know that interrogative sentence comprises with the two parts or the two kinds. First one is yes no type. Here the sentence starts with the helping verb. Okay, whatever the helping verb as per the sentence or the as per the tense, that's why here is a helping verb is was were. So that's why was or were along with the subject, then main verb with ing form, object and other words, but be careful about the question mark is there. Now the example is here, were you visiting this place? Okay, the next example, next kind is question word type. Okay, as you know that in question word type sentences, firstly the sentence starts with the question word. After that the structure is similar to the first, as the sentence started with the helping verb, that's why here is also the helping verb after question word. Like was were subject or main verb with ing form. As you can the example, why was she missing this opportunity? Okay, the next part is of this chapter is the use of this tense. Okay, let's start with the use of the past continuous tense. Firstly, simple rule is here. The simple past tense is used to express an action going on at some time in the past. Student, listen carefully. Here is a mistake. Okay, I want to improve it. You have to improve it. Here you can see simple past. It is not a simple past, it is a past continuous tense. Okay, that's why it is tense is used to express an action going on at some time in the past. So here is a indication that the task is going on in the past, and that's why it is a past continuous tense. Example here, it was raining throughout the night. So here the raining was continued at the time of speaking in the past tense. In the similar manner, they were playing football all evening yesterday. So here is also the task of playing football is incomplete in the past tense and was going on in the past. In the similar manner, she was selling fruits from morning to evening. Here is also the same case. The selling fruits activity is going on in the past tense. Next, they were playing cards yesterday evening till I got tired. So in the same manner, here is also activity of playing cards which is incomplete in the past tense and was going on at a particular time. Next, second one. The second rule is here on the mobile screen. This tense is used to indicate an interruption in a longer action of the past. The interruption is usually a shorter action in the simple past. Remember, this can be real interruption or just as interruption in time. Okay, student, try to understand this rule. It is saying that past continuous used to indicate means past continuous use किया था indicate करने के लिए एक interruption मीन्स कोई रुकावट इन अ लॉन्गर एक्शन ऑफ द पास्ट, यानी पास्ट का कोई एक बड़ा एक्शन है यानी लंबा एक्शन है, ठीक है, यानी थोड़ी देर के लिए किया जाता है, बट ये इंटरप्शन जो है क्या होता है यूजुअली एक शॉर्टर एक्शन का होता है जो कि सिंपल पास्ट में यूज़ करते हैं आप. सो हियर इज अ मिक्सचर ऑफ टू सेंटेंस, सिंपल पास्ट एंड पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस. द इंटरप्शन सेंटेंस इज द सिंपल पास्ट एंड द सिंपल एंड द sentence which does not contain the interruption is a past continuous tense. Okay, remember this can be real interruption or just as interruption in time. Okay, so it is a real interruption or the just an interruption in time. या किसी समय में रुकावट हो सकती है, ठीक है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ही वॉज वॉचिंग टीवी. ओके, देयर इज एन इंटरप्शन ऑफ कॉलिंग व्हेन आई कॉल्ड. ओके, सो देयर इज अ इंटरप्शन, एक रुकावट थी टीवी देखने में. इन द सिमिलर मैनर द सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल इज व्हेन द फोन रैंग, she was toasting the bread. Okay, so there is a interruption of phone, okay, in toasting the bread. And the other example, while they were having the picnic, it started to rain. In the same manner, they were enjoying the picnic, it started rain. So rain is a interruption. Now the next one is, what was he doing when the rain started? Okay, so there is also a rain interruption which is created in doing the work. That's why that person is doing the task, but the rain stopped it. The next one is, I was listening to music, so I didn't hear the fire alarm. So in a similar manner, I was listening to music, so I didn't hear the fire alarm. Okay, so there is also the interruption of listening the music because he was not able to hear the alarm. Now the third and the last rule, third one, and the third rule is in here, to express the idea that two actions were happening parallel at the same time in a same sentence. Okay, so there are the two actions, mean one action is parallel to another action. Okay, so both action work simultaneously, okay, in the same time. Okay, as you can see the example here, I was studying while she was making dinner. So there are two tasks going parallel, one of studying, second one of making dinner. The next example is here, while Sheila was reading, Maya was watching television. Here is also the same example. Take your one task of reading is another task of watching, both are going to parallel. Third one is, was he listening while she was singing? So there is also question of about the actions that was going on simultaneously. Okay, next one is, he wasn't paying attention while she was writing the letter. So there is also two tasks, one is not happening of the attention and second one is of writing the letter. So there are two tasks is not parallel to each other, but they are happening at the same time. Okay, and the next and the last, what was she doing while you were waiting? There is also two tasks of doing and waiting. Okay, now this chapter is also completed, means this chapter part, not a whole chapter. Okay, we will continue the chapter in the next class. Okay student, I hope you are understanding, or if you have any doubt then you can discuss with me at any time as per the given opportunity to use. So okay students, goodbye, we will meet in the next class. Okay students, best of luck.